Bro. Sign up. Yes, sir. Welcome back. My name is Idris Ibrahim. For those of you guys that are new here, welcome. This channel is to inspire and elevate. Today we have Roda here, aka Bosswoman Roro. So Roro, just do a quick introduction. Where you're from, a little bit of background.
So my name is Roda. I was born in San Diego, California, but I was raised here in Columbus, Ohio, and I own a beauty salon on the east side of Columbus.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your background, your upbringing, and kind of what made you decide to get into the salon business.
Okay, so my upbringing was basically, I'm the youngest of 13. I was raised by a single mom. Growing up, honestly, it was tough for my mom to take me to go get my hair done and then my brother to go get a haircut. There was never a salon where it's we do it together type of thing. Yeah. So it was always hard, especially being a single mom. You have to take me here, take him there. It's, you have no help. So as I was growing up, my family was into business. So half of my family is entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. So just growing up, watching them, work hard for something that's theirs.
Exactly.
Kind of motivated me to have something that's mine that I could call my own and work hard for. So just watching them, and I didn't know honestly what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to be my own boss. You know? Right. So I like the environment of salons, and I was like, you know what, I would want to work in a salon one day.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I finished high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but that was always in the back of my head. Yeah. I want to work in a shop, but coming from an immigrant Somali family, it's no, you need to go to college and you need to be a nurse, be a doctor, something big. Yeah. So it was a no if I was to tell my mom I want to do hair, or I want to do lashes, something in that field.
Yeah. So
I was always afraid to tell my mom that I wanted to do something. So after high school, I was you know what, I'm gonna take a break. I don't want to go to college yet because I don't know what I want to do. Yeah. So then when I turned 21, my family opened a new daycare on the east side of Columbus. Yeah. And basically they became cool with the landlord. Mm-hmm. And he was just I have this space, if you want to do something with it. Yeah. And I remember my sister asking me you always tell me you want to open up a shop. Yeah. You want to do this, now here's your time to make it come true. And I was still hesitant, I don't know if I'm capable of that. Yeah. I think I was just doubting myself, it's a big step. And I just thought I was young. I'm I still have more life. Exactly. I don't know if owning a business at this age is a good idea, I still want to have a social life and go out. Yeah. And I was just I don't want to give up my social life to owning a business, because you have to grow up fast. Exactly. When you decide to open up a business. It's you're 21, you're still kind of a kid, but it's wow, now you have to grow up. Exactly. Because you have your own business. And then so it took me a while, and my sister was kind of pushing me no, you should do it, you have a family that's supporting you and things like that. So I had a lot of support.
All right, so right now you found the space, the landlord that was renting it. Yeah. And now you have the idea. What steps did you take into saying, all right, let me actually come up with a business plan on how to start a salon?
Right. So at the time, I still was working with my sister at the time. So she was usually the one that would be hey, you should start. After she pushed me and she sold me, and I was all right, you know what, okay. And it was time to think of the budget, because when you're starting a business, it's you have to have a large budget, honestly. You can't just jump into it and do it paycheck to paycheck. So basically we got 1 year free rent. Mm-hmm. So we kind of utilized that, and we just slowly but surely started buying the equipment that we needed. Mm-hmm. And at the same time I was doing my research. So basically, I've never went to school to be licensed for any of this. Exactly. So it was either I need to go to school for it, or I need to figure out loopholes on how to own a salon and not have your license. Mm-hmm. So
before all this, you weren't licensed to do hair or anything like that, mm-hmm. or you're just no. All right, let me start the business.
Yeah, exactly. All right. But majority of the salons that I've been to was you're the owner, but they're renting out the space from you.
Exactly.
So I was thinking like, okay, so I don't need a license to do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll start off like that. I read a lot about, basically I just did a lot of research because I didn't know anything about it. So I just kind of jumped into it. I stopped doubting myself. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I signed the lease, and it was like an empty space.
All right.
And then we just started from there.
So for the business aspect, like how did you go about getting an LLC? Who helped you out with looking over the contract for the lease agreement?
Yeah.
And just like the legal side of it, who helped you out? Because I know you said your family was part of business, but how did you do it? And what advice would you have to someone that doesn't have that support that you had?
Right. Honestly, so again, my sister, she's my mentor. So like, if I was to do something, it was like I would run it through her first, because she's just so experienced when it comes to like registering for the LLC. She just showed me how to do it. She'll do it, but I'm there, learning.
Yeah.
So it's like, she just applied for everything. And then when we were going over the contract, we actually was there together. We looked over it together. I kind of read through it, and then she read through it.
Yeah.
And then we also had her husband read through it.
All right.
So it was like 3 people reading through it.
Exactly.
And her husband, he's like, he just, highlighting stuff that, we don't like and things like that. So yeah, he looked over it as well. And then like, honestly, it was like the free rent for a year was just sold. That sold us. But then again, it was like,
probably
why?
there's something to it. Yeah, exactly.
Why? I mean, we did sign, but then later on, I discovered why.
Exactly.
And it was just like I understand why. It was a free year.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got it solved and handled.
So how long was the process from you actually like making it into an idea and to open the doors, like the first day? What's the time period between that?
About a year.
About a year?
Yeah, about a year. That I actually took it serious. Like I didn't believe that I opened my own shop. It was like wow. Even the first day I opened, it was like, wow, like I really did this.
Yeah.
And shout out to my sister. She helped me a lot.
Big shout out,
she helped me a lot. So
So were you nervous going into it? Because like there's stats I read that like usually like in the first 2 years or a year, most businesses fail. You know what I mean? How was it like? How did you know that the salon business was booming and the location you picked was going to boom, or were you just like, at the end of the day, qadarullah, I'm just try it out?
Yeah, exactly. It's just by the faith of God.
Exactly,
I'm still nervous. Like every day, like, there's not a day that I worry like, when you own your own business, it's like you don't want it to fail.
Exactly.
Regardless. Like your name is on this. You don't want to be a quitter or somebody known as like, her, business failed.
Yeah.
So like I think that kind of motivates me a lot because it's like, I don't want it to fail.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's hard owning a business.
No, it really is.
Yeah, and then like it's kind of like the wrong time also because the pandemic happened.
Exactly.
So it's like, as soon as like I was starting to see something like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this, this is going good, and then boom. It's like COVID, you have to shut down,
Yeah.
So, we were such a new salon that like we're still having people like get to know us. So we're not like a shop that's been open 10 plus years that everyone knows the location and they know the name and they could just be like, go over there to this street or that street. There's a shop that's been there for like years plus where they have a lot of clientele that walk in and things like that. We have to work like 10 times harder, I feel like. So the pandemic actually like really screwed us over.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So how was the support from like family wise? I feel like coming from immigrant family, they all say they all start businesses, but they don't want us to start a business until we graduate. How was the support convincing your parents into actually like letting you take this step forward?
At first when I told my mom, I was like, I'm opening up a shop. She's like, when are you going to school? I was like, girl, I told you I just opened up a shop. What do you mean school? At first she was not. I'm not gonna lie, my mom was not happy about it. Until like, she became okay with it after a while. She was like, okay, she started hearing her friends talk about me and be like, oh, your daughter owns a shop, and they're like putting me on like a low-key pedestal, and she's like, okay. Now she's okay with it, like, oh yeah, my daughter owns a shop. I see her promoting to people and I'm like, But mom was not okay with that. I mean, and I understand because when you think of this field, it's like you feel like you're not gonna make money,
Exactly, yeah.
Like my mom wants me to like go to school, be a doctor, make doctor amount of money, you know?
Yeah.
So when she thinks of like doing hair or owning a shop, it's like a, you know, you're not about to make no money type of thing.
Exactly.
But my mom doesn't know the potential because like a lot of like Somali people, they don't go into a field like this.
Exactly.
You know, now you see more Somali barbers, you see more like Somali girls doing hair, makeup, but like before it was like a no.
Yeah, I feel like that's a blessing and a curse of the Somali community.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to be the pioneer.
Yeah.
But once you open the door, it's like 20 other people just follow.
Yeah,
in, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
We really don't branch out.
We don't branch out until someone does it. Then it's like, all right, they could do it. You know.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's a good mentality or bad, but that's how it is. But,
exactly.
But no, it's not bad. So all right, you open your doors now. You have to you have the equipment down. Now, employee, how did you go about getting an employee? Especially, I feel like most of the employees are a little bit older, more experienced. How are you able to convince them to, all right, I'm like a 21-year-old, you know, unexperienced, come work for me in the salon?
So basically it was like word of mouth. Mm-hmm. So I found one person here. She had her managing license in a salon. So she went to school, you know, she got her license to do hair, and then she also got her managing license.
Exactly.
So she was here for a while, but my sister actually went to high school with her. So my sister kind of reached out to her, and then she came here, and then also she kind of like did word of mouth.
Exactly.
You know, because I didn't know where to start. I'm like, I don't know where to find anybody.
Exactly,
you know. So then she was here. She was the manager. Also, I feel like I learned a lot from her as well. Because the first couple weeks or months that I was open, I didn't know what to do. I was just here. So I was basically just observing how she did things.
Exactly.
So I was just observing how she did things, and I kind of just like been here, took notes, you know, how to run a shop. Because I mean, the most I spent in the shop was like an hour or two. I never like been there, seen how they like do things. You know? So I kind of just like observed her and watched her for a while. So it was just like word of mouth at first. So it was like her, and like half the people she brought was like older than me. So it did feel like at first they did not want to listen. You know, because it's just like you know, you don't know what you're doing, or you're younger than us.
I feel like for like that, like in any business, like someone that's inexperienced, you're like, oh, you're younger than me, how are you doing this? You know,
exactly.
Kind of like.
And I also feel like since they went to school with it, this is like a field that they, you know, they want to open their own salon one day. So it's like a, you know, like I'm not gonna say like hatred, jealousy, but it was I think it was just harder for me to like kind of tell them what to do too. I feel like I was low key holding back from like telling them what to do because it was like you know, they're in this field. Even though I was the owner, it was like I felt like I didn't want to address them about certain things because it's like, oh, you know, they worked in the field, you know, but nobody's perfect. And just because I came to this field way later than you guys, it's like I'm still like a fast learner. You know, I catch on really fast. Yes, and I did my research, so it's like, you know, I feel like I got it on lock.
All right. So right now you have the employees down. What like ways did you go about like marketing to get clients in? And it's kind of like putting yourself out there, because some businesses, they have like a big marketing budget where they just like throw money at like Instagram and Facebook ads. Which way did you do? Like, how did you go about that?
So at first, I honestly did not do any marketing. It was like, you know, it's a shop. People's gonna come.
It's like a shop. Let me just come.
Exactly. I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I need to do like advertising. And then I was like, hold on, okay, I need to do some type of advertising. So I printed out like flyers, brochures, that type of thing. So like, you know, we could go to our local like hair stores. You know, just kind of work out to deal with them, like, hey, you know, if you send somebody here, we'll send people to you, type of thing. I ended up buying like banners, you know, like one month it was like we were so slow in here that I was like, dang, you know, it can't be like this, you know, for, you know, months to go on. So it's like I need to do something now. So I was just in here confused, like where, but so I didn't know, like in a salon environment, it's like some weeks you're like booming, like, you know, there's an event, people need their hair done, and then some weeks is like, you know, nobody's coming. Nobody needs to get their hair done or nails done. So I didn't know that. I'm thinking like, all right, every week, you know, we're about to make some money, you know, every week, but it was just, I mean, that's how it is. So, you know, I reached out to like other salon owners and just kind of, you know, talk to them too, because, you know, I mean, I can't just sit here and not do anything. Because, you know, my pride, I would not want to go and speak to people and ask for advice. It was like, you know, I'm the type of person, like, I want to learn stuff on my own. But, you know, when you own a business, it's like, you got to, like, branch out. Exactly. You can't just keep to yourself, because I'm the type, I keep to myself, you know? So it was like, I have to actually, like, reach out, you know, ask for ask for advice and things like that. Even though I don't want to, you know, I have to. I felt like. So as far as marketing, you know, I made an Instagram page, a Facebook page, and I've just been promoting on there ever since, you know. But a lot of people come word of mouth. So like if we do a hairstyle that's like bomb, you know, they're gonna go tell like, you know, their family, their friends, and then later on they'll, you know, book an appointment.
I feel like with like hair, same with like dentistry or like barbers, if you treat your clients the right way, you don't have to market, just word of mouth.
Exactly.
That's it. Like if you have good like environment when they come in, you do their hair really nice. Like, they're going to tell you, like they're going to like work for you technically.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Let me jump a little bit back. I feel like we jumped over a little bit too fast of how you started up. So how did you do research on where to buy stuff? Because I know if you just buy stuff from like Walmart, they sell at a bigger like margin. Did you just go to like wholesalers, or where did you know to buy products from? Exactly?
Google, honestly. So what we did was just Google, you know, where to get salon chairs, salon equipment, and most of the stuff, honestly, we bought it from the same website. And then like the little stuff, you know, like the shampoo, conditioner, there's like actual stores in Columbus where, I mean, of course you're gonna need like a license to get in, you know, like a hair license, but you know, you go in there and like everything you could think of that you would need in a salon is there. So we just kind of bought everything in bulk. So we did everything just at once. So like all the chairs, all the tables, all that type of thing came from like a Google website. You know, of course we had to see if it was legit, so we just ordered like a couple things.
All right. So when you first opened up, what was one thing that you struggled with at the beginning that you're kind of working on slowly right now?
One thing I overlooked was the location. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I jumped into it just because, you know, my sister convinced me and I wanted to do it.
And it was a year free rent. If I heard for a year free rent, I'm like, bro,
exactly.
Let me open something up in a year, close it up.
Exactly.
No,
1 year free rent, that kind of sold me.
It
was like, you know, I'll do it. But I didn't think of like the location as much as I should have. Because it's important. But so basically, like, you know, I'm on the east side. It's kind of like a ghost town over here.
It is a ghost town. Like when I'm driving by, it's just like it's empty. But I mean, Columbus is growing too. You know what I mean? So,
exactly. You know, a lot of people tell me like, you know, your Somali people are up north. Why don't you open it up north? And you know, why did you choose out east? But I mean, honestly, if I had to choose, I would pick up north. But the thing is, like, you know, I did think about it like, dang, you know, they're right, I should have. But then when I also think about it, it's like I'm looking for a bigger like clientele, not just Somali people.
No, exactly.
You know, I'm looking. I want like a diverse salon. You know. So I did think about it, and I was like, you know, they're right. But the bigger picture was like, you know, if you're doing quality work, you know, people's gonna come.
People still gonna come.
People are still gonna come.
My barber went out all the way to the west side, 25 minutes. I still drive up to 25 minutes.
Exactly. I mean, I think for guys, it's like, I mean, if a barber leaves, it's like there's so many other barbers that you can go to. When it comes to a black-owned shop that like specializes in black, you know, black people, hair texture, you know, is hard to find.
It's really hard to find.
It's hard to find. And especially a shop that specializes in everything, you know, like if you want lashes, if you want like your hair braided, you know, there's like barely any like salons where you can come and get your hair braided like how we do it.
No, the videos, if you haven't checked it out, it's Roda Salon on Instagram. Check it out. You guys do guys braiding, females braiding. They also do barbershop, pedicures, manicures, eyelashes. You just like one stop shop. Man, that's nice. And also in the east side, the thing is, look at the space. I could do like a tour later on, but like how spacious it is. I feel like in the north side, half of this will probably be double the rent, honestly, being realistic. So I feel like starting in the east side is a good benefit in general to kind of like get used to it and kind of grow from there. What's something you'll tell your past self or someone that's new to it? Like what motivation or advice that you wish someone would have told you that you would tell to people?
To be patient. Because I think when I did open, I thought I was gonna make money right away. And I just had like a awakening, like, hold on. You know, like this isn't a business where like the government's paying you. Basically, you're selling yourself. You know, so I feel like, you know, before I jumped into it, I wish I would have knew that, because you know, I was low-key like times where honestly I did want to give up.
Exactly.
You know, the first couple months it was like, you know, maybe this is not for me.
Exactly.
You know, maybe I can just do something else, you know, go to school. But then it was like days where I wake up and I'm like so happy to be here.
Exactly.
Whether I'm making money or not, it's like at least I'm trying and I'm doing this.
Exactly.
You know, not a lot of people would like actually or have the, you know, chance in life to do something like this.
Exactly, yeah.
So I was just like, you know, alhamdulillah, like I'm so happy to be doing this.
Yeah. I feel like everyone falls in that behavior. Like I've been listening to a lot of business podcasts. They say like usually the first 18 months you really don't see like, you know, like that much profit. You know what I mean? It's about clientele. Then out of nowhere it slowly builds up. And I feel like new business owners or someone that's about to start, they're like, oh, you have a business, boom, you're booming like already. You know what I mean? It takes time to actually develop the clientele and the experience. No. What's your plan, or what's the plan for Roda Salon the next 5, 10, 15 years, you know?
So like the plan is to like open up more, hopefully.
Exactly.
Like I want to open up like an actual spa.
So, yeah.
You know, like something classy.
Exactly.
Hopefully like in a, probably not the east side though.
Yeah.
Probably like north side, but like I want to like hopefully inshallah like one day make it a franchise.
Exactly.
You know, and this is gonna be like, I'm gonna look back and be like, yeah, you know, I started here.
Exactly.
You know, and I mean that's what I want to do. You know, like I want to show my kids one day, like, you know, this is where I started. On the east side of Columbus.
You're completely right about that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like, there's no giving up for me. Like, no matter how slow or how many like days I wake up and I feel like, what am I doing?
Exactly.
It's like at least I'm still, you know, doing it.
Yeah. Talked about leadership. Well, how did you see yourself grow from the first day you opened up to now? Like, what did you say? Damn, I really did that. You know what I mean? What did you see? What aspects in your life did you see that you kind of like evolved?
I think when I did come into here, it was like a, you know, I let people kind of like walk all over me at first. And then it was like slowly but surely I started speaking up.
Exactly.
You know, it was like a, you know, no is no. And the more I got to know how to run a salon, the less people thought they could like run over me. You know, they probably felt like, you know, she's young. We can just do whatever we want, you know, and she don't know how to run a salon, so it's like we're gonna do what we want to do.
Exactly.
But I feel like I grew a lot, and also like I feel like I matured a lot because I kind of listened to people. You know, I listened to people how I would want someone to listen to me.
Exactly.
But like as time went on, it was like I listened to everybody, you know, and like I know how to talk to people. Before it was like it was so hard for me like addressing someone.
Get out there,
it was like I'd rather just leave and, you know, go somewhere else instead of addressing someone about how I feel. So now it's like if someone's messing up in here, I feel like, you know, I'm the first person to say like, hey, you know. So like I feel like I matured in that aspect.
No, that's a lot of development. That's a lot of development. Well, thank you for, you know, taking the time out of your busy schedule, even though you work 7 days a week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, never sleep. But thank you for taking out. What's one last advice you want to give to anyone out there that wants to start a business or a salon or anything? It's like, what's something that, like words of motivation, you know what I mean?
Right. So I would say, you know, don't be afraid. Owning a business is really scary, honestly. Like it is scary, but you'll get through it. And like once you walk into a place that you call your own, it's like, you know, you're just like amazed by everything, you know. And to the Somali girls that, you know, want to go in the hair field and do things like that but scared of, you know, telling their parents, it's like just, you know, do what makes you happy. You know, like it's not all about money all the time. I mean it is, but it's not, you know. And then no matter what, you know, your parents will come around.
No, honestly,
they'll come around regardless. We're a new generation.
We're
you
new,
know,
like
we're not our parents, and we're not, you know, we're in America where like you have the option to do whatever you want, whatever you put your mind to, you know. So
no worries.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Just go through it.
Just don't even think about it. Honestly, just do it. That's what I did.
Honestly, Layla, once again, thank you. Shout out your socials, your salon socials, or you know what I mean. Do you want to say a little shout out at the end, or?
Okay, so the salon page on Instagram is RHODAS Beauty Salon. So Roda's Beauty Salon. And then the Facebook is the same as well.
I'll add it down below, but you know, check it out. Show your girls some love. You know,
and shout out to everybody who came and supported us.
Exactly. I saw you like everywhere on my Instagram. The first day you opened it. I saw it everywhere, bro. You got mad love.
Come out, but you know,
show love. You know what I mean? That's the best way. But thank you again, once again. Really, you know, the community is proud of you. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, inshallah, I wish you the best, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's about it for the interview. Hopefully you guys liked it and enjoyed it as much as I did. And also big shout out to Roda for taking the time out of her day and letting me come out and do an interview. And also big shout out to her, you know, opening a salon at the age of 21. Like, what was most of us doing at the age of 21? I know, like, when I was 21, I was really thinking about like opening a business. And hopefully this interview was able to inspire you and show you what it takes to open a business. But that's about it. Like always, stay blessed, stay safe, take care.